Good evening. Today I'll discuss with you RPSC Economics Paper 2, which was held on 29th May of 2024. So first question is, which is the correct expression? All four options shows partial correlation expression, which is the correct partial correlation expression is the third one. It shows the partial correlation expression, correct expression. Now second question is, the components of time series are, there are three components in this question of time series which are correct. First is the secular trend, second is the seasonal trend, and third is the cyclical trend. So also third A, B and C are correct. So secular trend is a long-term direction or movement of the data over time. Second is a seasonal trend. Recurring patterns or fluctuations that follow a regular and predictable pattern within shorter time intervals. And the cyclical trend, recurring patterns or fluctuation that occur over extended period, typically lasting several months or several years. Unlike seasonal trends, which follow a regular and predictable pattern within shorter time intervals, cyclical trends are influenced by broader economic, business or social cycles. So there is a difference between seasonal trend and cyclical trend. Seasonal trend is for shorter time intervals and cyclical trend is unpredictable. It can be shorter time or time period, or it can be for longer time period. Now the third question is, in fitting multiple linear regression equation y on x1 and x2, the value of multiple correlation coefficient r is found to be 0.90. What is proportion of variation in independent variable explained by the by independent variables? So question is asking about the regression coefficient. How much regression coefficient, how much variation variation explained by the independent variables. So r is equal to given as 0.90, and then r square will be 0.09 square is equal to 0.81. So 81% of the variation in the dependent variable is explained by the independent variable. So option first will be the right answer, 81%. Now the fourth question, if two regression lines are minus 5x plus 6y is equal to 90 and 15x minus 8y is equal to 130. So there is an explanation of question 4th. Minus 5x plus 6y is equal to 90. So 6y is equal to 90 plus 5x y is equal to 90 by 6 plus 5 by 6 into x, and 15x minus 8y is equal to 130. So 15x is equal to 130 plus 8y, x is equal to 130 divided by 15 plus 8 by 15y. So the regression coefficients are y on x is 5 by 6. So 5 by 6 is here, and regression coefficient of x on y is 8 by 15. So 8 by 15. So we will multiply the both regression coefficient, 5 by 6 into 8 by 15. So 5 and then solve this expression. It will give us 4 by 9 or 0.44. So here is a option third is right, 4 by 9. Now the fifth question, what is the probability of inflation or recession in an economy? if the probability of inflation is 0.2, the probability of recession is 0.3, and the probability of inflation and recession is 0.06. So probability of inflation is given by 0.02, and probability of recession is 0.03, sorry 0.3 and 0.2, and probability of inflation and recession is given 0.06. So the formula of probability of inflation or recession is equal to probability of inflation plus probability of recession minus probability of inflation and recession. There is a sign of intersection, so we will put the value of probability of inflation 0.2 and probability of recession 0.3 minus probability of inflation intersection R is 0.06. So it gives us 0.5 minus 0.06. The answer will be 0.44. So option second will be the correct answer of this. Now the sixth question is component of time series and method of measurement. So we have already discussed all the three components of time series, so there is no explanation. There should be no explanation for extra time. So there is a secular trend is equal to semi-average. Secular trend is semi-average method, and seasonal variation is for a ratio to trend method, and cyclical variation are matched with the residual method. So the answer will be fourth. Now the seventh question, this is also the matching question. List concept of probability and the profounder are given. And so classical approach is given by Laplace, and subjective approach given by F. Ramsey, and axiomatic approach given by A. Kolmogorov. So here is some little bit explanation about this probability concept and profounder. The classical approach to probability, which involves counting equally likely outcomes, is associated with P.S. Laplace, and the subjective approach to probability, which consider probability as a degree of belief. Is associated with F.R. Ramsey, and third one is the axiomatic approach to probability, which is a formal mathematical approach, is attributed to the Andrei Kolmogorov. So the answer will be the third one. And now the eighth question, which one of the following is a probability sampling method? So all the three, quota sampling, convenience sampling method, and judgment sampling methods are, you all know, these all three are the non-probability sampling method, and the multi-stage sampling method is a probability sampling method. Here is a little bit explanation. Probability sampling method are techniques where every member of the population has a non-zero chance of being selected. Multi-stage sampling is a type of probability sampling that involves selecting sampling in stages, often using different sampling methods at each stage. Now the question number 9, a population comprises 5 units of the number of all possible samples of size 2 that can be drawn from it with the replacement is the option given up. So when sampling is replacement, each unit can be selected more than once. When sampling with replacement, each unit can be selected more than once. The number of possible samples of size n from a population of size capital N with the replacement is n power small n. So here capital N is equal to 5 and small n is equal to 2. So so we will put the value of capital N and small n. So it will be 5 square is equal to 25. So the answer will be the third one, 25 will be the answer. Now the question number 10. Under stratified sampling population, stratified sampling population is divided into finite strata in such a way that so stratified sampling aims to create strata that are internally homogeneous. Strata are internally homogeneous but heterogeneous between each other. It means like 3 groups are there. So there are 3 groups. They are internally homogeneous but externally they are heterogeneous to each other. This means minimizing the differences within strata and maximizing the differences between strata to ensure such stratum is distinct and representative. So the see the option third, the differences among sampling units within different strata is minimum. Within different strata is minimum difference, and the differences among different strata is maximum. So answer will be the third one. Now the 11th question, one card is drawn from a pack of 52 cards. This is also the probability question, and I hope all of you know the very well this answer this question. What is the probability that it is either a king or a queen? So the total pack of cards 52 number of cards in a pack, and 4 will be the king and 4 are the queens in this pack. In this pack of cards, so 4 by 52 plus 4 by 52 is equal to 8 by 52, and the probability will be 2 by 13. So first option will be the answer of this question. And the 12th question, the standard deviation of Poisson distribution is standard deviation. So it's easy. You see the Poisson distribution with the mean m. The standard deviation is root n. This probability is specific to the Poisson distribution and is derived from its variance, which is also m. So the variance is equal to the under root of standard deviation. Sorry, it's not a under root, it's a square of standard deviation, or sigma square you can say. Variance, which is also m. The standard deviation is under root. So standard deviation is under root m, then variance will be m. Now so the answer will be the first one, under root m. Now the question number 13, which one of the following is not correct about binomial distribution? You know about binomial distribution. Here is in a binomial distribution, as n increases for a fixed probability p, the distribution does not move. When n increases, then the probability p, the distribution not move to the right, does not move to the right. Instead, it becomes more concentrated around its mean, which is n into p. The distribution does not shift horizontally, rather it becomes narrower and taller. So the answer will be the third one. As n increases for a fixed probability p, the binomial distribution moves to the right. Now the 14th question, properties of good estimators. So all these are unbiasedness, consistency, sufficiency, and linearity. All are the properties of good estimator. So one by one, I'll discuss with you here. Unbiasedness: an estimator is unbiased if its expected value is equal to the two parameter value it is estimating. So the consistency: an estimator is consistent if it covers in probability to the two parameter value as the sample size increases. Sufficiency: a sufficient statistic contains all the information in the sample needed to estimate the parameter of interest. And the last one is the linearity. Linearity refers to the property that an estimator is linear if satisfies the superposition and scaling properties. Now the answer will be the third one. Now the next 15th question: which of the following statements are correct? Select correct answer using codes given below the statements. So there are two A and B, two options are two statements are correct here. The statement is the normal distribution is a limiting case. Normal distribution is a limiting case of binomial distribution when n is large and neither p nor q is close to 0. So this statement is a fundamental concept in probability theory. That's why it's correct. And the second one: normal distribution is asymptotic to both axes. So the normal distribution is asymptotic to both the x-axis and the y-axis. This means that the tails of the normal distribution approach but never touch either axis as they extend infinitely, like it will be the bell-shaped curve, and never touch both x and y-axis. So the answer will be the first one. A and B are correct. And the third option, C: the shape of normal distribution is like a mesoquartic curve. It's not like a mesoquartic curve, but it's only the like a mesoquartic peaked, not curve. It's like peaked. For standard normal distribution, mean is 0 and variance is 0. It is also incorrect statement. So D is also incorrect and C is also incorrect. So option A and B are the correct statement. A and B are the correct answers. Now the 16th question: which of the following statement is correct with regard to standard error? So these both statements are correct. Standard error plays an important role in testing of the hypothesis. So first one is the correct statement, and the second one is the reciprocal of standard error is taken as the measure of reliability or precision of the statistics. So we will discuss first one. Standard error is crucial in hypothesis testing, especially when constructing confidence intervals and conducting hypothesis tests involving sample statistics. And the second one is the reciprocal of standard error, which is the standard deviation of the sampling distribution is often used as a measure of the precision or the reliability of a statistics. So both the statements are correct, and option 2 will be the correct answer. Now question number 17: which of the following distribution is known as Bernoulli's distribution? So binomial distribution is also called the Bernoulli distribution. The Bernoulli distribution is characterized by a single trial with two possible outcomes, and one is the success and second will be the failure. The binomial distribution describes the number of successes in a fixed number of independent Bernoulli trials. So answer will be the second one of this 17th question. Now the 18th question: which of the following statement is not correct about the assumption of binomial distribution? See carefully. Not correct. Question asking about the not correct about the assumption of binomial distribution. So for each trial there are only two outcomes. Here we discussed about the two outcomes, success or failure. There will be two outcomes in the Bernoulli distribution, or Bernoulli is also called the binomial distribution. So probability of success remains constant under different trials. It's still true. And fourth one is a trial is performed under the same condition or for a fixed number of times. It's also true. But the third one is the different trials are dependent to each other. It's not correct. We have already discussed here independent Bernoulli trials. So how it can be true? So binomial trials are assumed to be independent to each other. So third option will be the right answer or the wrong assumption here. Now the second last question, 19th question: which of the following statements is or are correct with regard to Poisson distribution? It is discrete probability distribution, and second is it is used to determine probability of designated number of success per unit time, and third is the event or success are independent and average number of success per unit time remains constant. So here all the three statements are correct, and third option will be the correct answer. We will discuss with here. The Poisson distribution is a discrete probability distribution, but describes the number of events occurring in a fixed interval of time or space. The second statement is the Poisson distribution is often used to model the number of occurrence or success within a specific time period or a space interval. And the third one is the in Poisson distribution events are assumed to be independent. Events are assumed to be independent. Also in the binomial distribution, events are independent, and the average rate of occurrence remains constant over time. So answer third will be the correct answer. All the three statements are correct. And the last question of this of today's session, 20th question, it's about matching. So t-test commonly used for testing the significance of the difference between means in two groups. So testing significance of correlation coefficient is also the t-test explanation. And chi-square test, testing significance of difference in variances, and is often used for testing independence or goodness of fit. And the f-test is testing significance of regression coefficient, or is used for testing the equality of variance or testing the significance of regression coefficient. So answer will be the fourth one. That's all about today's session. Tomorrow we will discuss next part of this paper. So thanks. Hello, good evening to all. Yesterday I discussed with you 20 questions of RPSC Economics exam paper 2, and here is a 13 question which I gave wrong answer yesterday by mistake. So its correct answer is the option first. Yes, let's see the explanation. The third term of q plus p power 5 is 10 q square p3. It will be the correct option, and here is given the 12 q square and p cube. The general term in the binomial expansion of q plus p power n is given by n k q n minus k p k. That is the general term. So if you put the value of the third term q plus p power 5 when k is equal to 3, then 3 q 5 minus 3 and multiply p cube. So 3 q square p3 is equal to 10 q square and p3. That will be the right answer. Sorry for the mistake. Now we will move further from the 21st question. So suppose the 21st question, suppose the demand function of a consumer is given by the equation P is equal to 80 minus Q. If the price is 60, the consumer surplus will be what will be the consumer surplus. So there are two formulas of consumer surplus here. One is the integration of P into dq minus P into Q, and the second one is the half of the base and height. So half of the base and base into height is the easiest and smallest formula of to calculating the consumer surplus. So here is the these are the given information in the question. P is equal to 80 minus Q. Then we solve for the Q. 80 minus P, and if we put the value of P here 60, then we got Q is equal to 20. So base is quantity demanded is 20, and height is the difference between the highest price consumers are willing to pay, and which is 80, and the actual price is 60. So height is difference between the highest price of the consumer are willing to pay and the actual price. So highest price is 80, and which is the consumer willing to pay, and the actual price is 60. So height will be the 20. So consumer surplus half of the base into height. So 20 is the height and 20 is the base, and 20 is the height. Base is the quantity demanded, and height is the difference between actual highest price consumer willing to pay and minus actual price. So it will be the 200. So answer will be the fourth one, 200. Next question is if average cost function is AC is equal to 25 minus 8x plus x square, then what output level AC is minimum. So to minimize the average cost, we should differentiate the average cost with respect to x, and then we will put it equal to 0. So if we differentiate with respect to x, it will be the minus 8 plus 2x. 2 will be the here in multiply. So if we put it equal to the 0, then x value of x will be the 4. Then so the answer will be the 4. Demand function for good x is P is equal to 28 minus 5x, and total cost function is C. Total cost function is x square plus 4x. What is the profit maximizing output? So here we will calculate profit maximizing output. So a demand function is given here, that P is equal to 28 minus 5x, and total cost function is here TC is equal to x square plus 4x. So total revenue will be the P into Q. P is the price and Q is the quantity. So 28 into x is the quantity, minus 5 into 5x multiplied by x, then it will be the minus 5x square. So profit will be the total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue is the here total revenue we calculate 28x minus 5x square, minus total cost is the x square plus 4x, then 28x minus 5x square minus x square minus 4x, because here is the minus, so that here is the plus. So minus into plus is will be the minus. So profit will be the 24x minus 6x square. So if we maximize the profit, then we should differentiate the total profit with respect to x. So 24 minus 12x is equal to 0, and we will put it equal to 0. Then value of x will be the 2. So answer will be the 2 here. Profit maximizing is the profit maximizing output is 2. So next question is the 24th question. Following statement about T distribution are given. T distribution are given. So it is used when sample size is 30 or less. This is the simplest simplest question, and second option is it was developed by Gossett. You all know very well that the both statement are true, but it is used when sample size is 40 it is or more. It is wrong, and it was developed by Fisher. It's also wrong because it is developed by Gossett. So answer will be the A and B, fourth. Now the 25th question, chi-square test should not be applied if n is less than 5. The chi-square test typically requires a minimum expected frequency count in each cell to be valid. While different sources might suggest slightly different minimum counts, a common rule of thumb is that the chi-square test should not be used if any expected frequency is less than 5. So it is a common thumb rule that the chi-square test should not be used in any expected frequencies less than 5. So answer will be the 5. Now the next question, 26. The production function is given as q is equal to 18 x1 power 0.2 and x2 0.1 and x3 0.7, where q is output and x1 is land and x2 is labor and x3 is capital. If total output is 9 crore and inputs are paid according to their marginal productivity, then share of land will be. So here we should calculate share of land. So q is equal to output is given here the equation, and total output is 9 crore. So share of land in total output is exponent of x1. Exponent of x1 is 0.2. So share of land will be the 0.2 into 9 crore equal to the 1.8 crore. So answer will be the 1.8 crore. Now the 37 question, for the function z, sorry for 37 question, it is not so I am unable to solve this question. So if anyone know about the answer of this question, so make it in comment box. I think according to my guess it should be the correct answer, but I am not sure about this. So now we should move about the 28th question. What will be the value of integration of ln x dx? So it should be equal the answer second option. Here is a little bit explanation. Integral of natural log of x formula is integration of log x into dx is equal to x log x minus 1 plus c constant, and or it was for simple log, and it's for natural log. Integration of ln x dx is equal to x multiply ln natural log x minus 1 plus constant. So this is the answer for 28th question. Now the 29th question, if AB is equal to 20 and A beta is equal to 30 and alpha beta is equal to 10 and alpha is equal to 50, then the value of n will be. It is question from the probability. To find n, we need to determine the relationship between these given values and n. If the n represents some or another combined the measure involving the given values, we need to establish the correct formula. N is equal to AB plus A beta plus alpha beta plus alpha. So putting the value of AB is 20 and A beta is equal to 30 and alpha beta is equal to 10 and alpha is 10. So according to me it will be the answer 110. C will be the correct answer. Now the 30th question, who is originator of the duality theorem used in linear programming? So the originator of the duality theorem used in linear programming is George B. Dantzig. The duality theorem is a fundamental concept in linear programming. Duality theorem is a fundamental concept in linear programming that establishes a strong relationship between the primal and dual problems, allowing optimization problems to be solved from different perspectives. So it was about 30th question. George B. Danzig was the originator of this duality theorem used in linear programming. So next question will be the 31. There is a matrix given. It is also the simplest one. Here is the determinant solved. We multiply the 3 into 1 and minus the 4 into minus 6. So it will be the 27 answer will be the there. So 4 with the 27 will be the answer, correct answer. If next question is, if total function is equal to total cost function is equal to 10 plus 15q minus 6q square plus q cube, then marginal cost will be. So it's also simple one. Total cost is given here, and we will differentiate it with respect to q, then it we can get the marginal cost. So 10 will be the removed here because there is no q in this quantity in this with this term. So 15 will be here, and minus 6 into 2 12q, and plus 3 into q square. It will be the marginal cost. So answer will be the fourth one. Now the next question, 33. If all dominated strategies are removed from a payoff matrix, if all dominated in the game theory, when all dominated strategies are removed from a payoff matrix, the solution of the game still remains in the payoff matrix. This removal process helps simplifying the game by eliminating strategies that are clearly inferior in all situations. So the answer will be the second one. Now the 34th question, the trace of following matrix. So trace it's also simple. The trace of matrix is the sum of its main diagonal elements. Main diagonal elements are those minus 1, 0, 0 and 1. So if we solve this one, it will give us 0 answer. So second option will be the correct answer. Now the 35th question, following steps of linear programming model are given. I am not sure also about this 35th question. According to me, there should it should be the third answer, but I am not sure about it. So next question is the what is the property of a club good? So firstly we should know about the club good. Club good is one that is excludable but non-rivalers. This means access can be restricted to paying customers, but one person's use does not reduce availability of the availability to the others. So answer will be the excludability. Second answer is the correct answer of this question. Now the 37th question, what is the name of good that can only benefit those within a given geographical area and may be non-rivalers within that area, or it may be partially rivals? So it can be the two answers, merit good and the local good, but the most probably the local good will be the correct answer. Here is the explanation. Club goods are characterized by using excludable only those who are part of the club or with a specific geographical area can benefit from other them, and non-rivalers up to a point. One person's use does not significantly reduce availability to others, at least until a certain capacity is reached. And the local public goods are similar but are specifically tied to benefits that accrue to a specific geographic area. These goods may be non-rivals or partially rivals within that area. So example of local goods are like local parks, neighborhood security, or community swimming pool. So it should be the fourth answer. I think fourth option, local public good, with a more appropriate answer. Now the next question 38, if utility function of a consumer is u is equal to alpha u is equal to x alpha y minus into y minus alpha, so what will be the marginal rate of substitution of xy? So marginal rate of substitution is equal to marginal utility of x divided by marginal utility of y. So it is a complementary goods utility function. That's why that's why there should be the partial derivative of partial derivative of total utility with respect to x. It will be the alpha x alpha minus 1 y into y 1 minus alpha, and marginal utility of y is equal to 1 minus alpha x alpha y 1 minus alpha minus 1. So minus 1 and plus 1 will be the cancel out, and the power remains y minus alpha power will be the remain. So marginal utility of xy is equal to alpha x alpha minus 1 y 1 minus alpha divided by 1 minus alpha x alpha and y minus alpha. So if we solve it, it will give us alpha y divided by 1 minus alpha into x, and it is the third option will be the right answer of this question. Now the next 39th question, given the demand function q is equal to 25 minus 4p plus p square, where p and q are price and quantity respectively, what is the price elasticity of demand when price of quantity is 5? So q is quantity demanded is given here equation, and we put the value of price here 5 and 5 square as given in the equation p square. So it will be the 30 if we solve it, then we differentiate it this equation with respect to p. So it gives us minus 4 plus 2p, and if we put the value of p price, then it will give us 6. So price elasticity of demand is equal to dq upon dp, change in quantity divided by change in price into p by q. So change in quantity divided by change in price is equal to 6. So we put the value, and 6 into 5 by 30. So it will give the one answer. So plus 1 will be the right option here for price elasticity of demand, because minus sign we ignore. Now the 40th question, according to Weismann-Peacock hypothesis, public expenditure increases in jerks and step-like manner. Here is the little bit explanation. Weismann-Peacock concentrated on the pattern of public spending and came to the conclusion that public spending increases in jerks or step-like fashion rather than smoothly and continuously. So the answer second is the correct answer of this option. Second is the correct answer of this question. Now the 41st question. Consider the following statement about Niskanen model. It's the new concept about because it haven't seen by me any other exams, so it's new for me. According to Niskanen, bureaucrats aim to maximize their agency's budget because it provides them with power, job security, higher salary, and other benefits. This indicates that public servants have substantive private interest which can influence their actions and decisions. So first option is right, because public servants have substantive private interest, which is job security, power, and higher salary. And the next statement is government is likely to oversupply public services Nixon Niskanen argues that because bureaucrats aims to maximize their budget, they will push for more funding and resources than the socially optimal. This results in the oversupply of public services as bureaucrats seek to expand their agencies and the scope of their influence. So both the statements are correct here, and the second option will be the right answer. Both A and B are the correct. Now the 42nd question, which of the following is not an example of merit good? So firstly we should know about the merit good. A merit good is a good that is deemed beneficial for individuals and society. Often underconsumed is left underconsumed if left to the private market, and thus typically provided or subsidized by the government. Example: health services, welfare services, and education are the example of merit goods. But recreational drugs is the answer here, because it's not a merit good. So recreational drugs are not considered merit good. Recreational drugs often have negative health impacts and are typically regulated or restricted by the government to prevent overconsumption. So third option will be the right answer here. And now the next question: the expenditures related with the wartime plan or post-war social policy, especially the beverage plan, the bunching of such expenditure in a short period may be called displacement effect will be the right answer here. Here is a little bit explanation. Displacement effect refers to the phenomena where public spending increases significantly after a period of restraint, such as during wartime. During the wartime, resources are diverted to military efforts, leading to postponed or suppressed social expenditures. Once the war is over, there is a surge in public expenditure to address the accumulated needs, resulting in a displacement of the previous lower level of the expenditure. So, here is the displacement effect will be the right answer here. Now, the next question: which one of the following is correct? So it's also a simple question. The impact and incidence of direct tax falls upon the same person, because if we take the example of income tax, it should be the incidence and impact on the same person. So this is the correct answer here. The impact and incidence of indirect tax falls upon the same person. It's wrong, and none of these are also wrong. And the impact and incidence of direct tax falls on the different person. It's also wrong. So now the next question: Adam Smith prescribed the following canon of taxation. So, and Adam Smith gives four type of canons of taxation. First one is the canon of equality. Taxes should be proportional to the taxpayer's ability to pay, meaning those with higher income should pay more. Second is the canon of certainty. The amount, time, and method of tax payment should be clear and certain, not arbitrary. Third is the canon of convenience. Taxes should be collected in a way that is convenient for the taxpayer. And fourth is the canon of economy. The cost of collecting the tax should be low, that most of the revenue goes to the government. So here is canon of equality, canon of certainty, and canon of economy. Three options are correct, and canon of productivity is not given by the Adam Smith. Now the next question: consider the following statement with regards to Leviathan hypothesis. So two statements are here. Bureaucrats and government try to minimize the size of public sector. It's wrong. They don't. We already discussed like this question. They should maximize the size of public sector, not minimize. And second is the voter can trust the government to spend their tax efficiently. No, not always. Here is a little bit explanation. Voters cannot always trust the government to spend tax efficiently. So both statements are the wrong. Third option will be the right answer here. Now the next question: who developed public choice theory? So it's also the basic and simple question. James Buchanan and Gordon Tullock developed the public choice theory. Public choice theory developed by James Buchanan and Gordon Tullock applies economic principles to political decision making. It emphasizes self-interest incentives, and potential inefficiencies in government actions. Buchanan highlighted the role of institutional constraint, while the Tulloch focused on the rent-seeking behavior and its impact on policy outcomes. So the second option is the right answer. The next question is, which of the following is not a known tax revenue? So there is two not and known. So not is cancelled by known. So it will be the which of the following is the tax revenue of the government? So custom duty is the tax revenue. All three options are like profit on investment made by central government is not a tax revenue, and fee for services rendered by government is not tax revenue, and interest received also not a tax revenue. So custom duty is the right answer here. Now the next question, which of the following statement is incorrect? So tax evasion is an offense and is punishable. It is right. Smuggling is also a sort of tax evasion. No, it's wrong. Here is the explanation a little bit. Because smuggling, although related to tax evasion in some cases, such as avoiding custom duties, is not synonymous with tax evasion. Smuggling involves the illegal transportation of goods across borders, while tax evasion specifically refers to illegal avoiding paying tax owed to the government. So second is the will be the right answer. In tax evasion, the burden of tax is shifted through the vehicle of price. It's correct statement, and tax evasion is illegal. It's also correct. So second will be the right answer. Now the next question, a tax levied at 10% on first 1000 of income and 15% on the next 2000 and 25% on the next 3000, then the tax is said to be, it will be the progressive tax. This structure means that as income increases, the tax rate also increases, which is characteristics of a progressive tax system. So as income increases, tax will be the increase. It is the example of progressive tax, or we can say that this is the definition of progressive tax. So now we will discuss other three options given here. Digressive tax, tax rate increases at a decreasing rate with income. As income increases, tax rate will increase, but at a decreasing rate. It is the digressive tax. And regressive tax, higher income results in a lower effective tax rate. As our income increases, the tax will be the reduced. And the proportional tax, also known as a flat tax. This means that the tax rate remains constant across all income levels. As our income increases, our tax rate will be the same. Tax amount will be increased, but the rate of tax will be the same in proportional tax. So it is also known as flat tax. Now the next and the last question, buoyancy of an individual tax is defined as follows. A buoyancy of individual tax measures the responsiveness of tax revenue to changes in the tax base, such as income or consumption. It reflects how well tax revenue grows in response to economic growth without changing the tax rate. And here is the fourth answer will be the right here, proportionate change in tax revenue divided by proportionate change in the tax base. So fourth will be the right answer. That's all about today. Good evening everyone. Today I will discuss the next remaining part of the RPSC Economics exam, paper 2. So yesterday we discussed about 1 to 51 question, and today start with the 52 question. According to Musgrave, the distributional changes which result in one tax is substituted for another, while the total revenue and expenditure are held constant, is called differential tax incidence. Here is the explanation. Differential tax incidence analyze the distributional changes when one tax is replaced by another. while keeping the total budget constant. It is the differential tax incidence and the answer of this question. And we will see the next uh, other options also here. Balance budget incidence. So examine balanced budget incidence examines the effects of income distribution when both taxes and government spending changes together to keep budget balanced. Now the effective incidence focuses on who ultimately bears the economic burden of a tax, considering both direct and indirect effects. And the last is the specific incidence tax. Specific tax incidence studies the impact of a particular tax on the distribution of income without comparing it to other taxes. So the right answer is the option 1, differential tax incidence. Now the next question, consider the following statement. A double taxation means taxing the same tax base twice. And the statement 2 is, in double taxation the two taxes can have reference to different periods of time. Here is the only first statement is correct, and why the second statement is incorrect we can see here. Double taxation, it refers to the same income being taxed by different authorities. Same income being taxed by different authorities, usually within the same period, not different periods. So in the second statement it talks about the different periods, but the double taxation is for same period. So second statement B statement is wrong and A is the correct. So answer will be the 2 is the correct one here. Next is the 54th fourth question. Tax system is considered to be highly buoyant. And there are four options. So answer is the fourth option. If the gross tax receipts increase increase more than proportionally in response to an increase in GDP. It is the right answer. Here is the explanation. A tax system is considered to be highly buoyant when tax revenue increase more than proportionally in response to an increase in GDP. This indicates that the tax system is very responsive to economic growth. This indicates that the tax system is very responsive to economic growth. So tax buoyancy, what is the tax buoyancy? Tax buoyancy refers to how responsive tax revenue is to changes in GDP, indicating that the tax receipts grow at a rate faster than the economic growth rate, reflecting effective revenue generation. Now the next question, matching question is list 1 principle of sacrifice and list 2 tax liability of rich man and list 3 tax liability of poor man. Here is rich man and poor man tax liability, and first this is about principle of sacrifice. So equal absolute sacrifice, when there will be equal absolute sacrifice, then this principle means that the marginal utility lost by each individual due to taxation should be the same. This often results in progressive taxation. Firstly, equal absolute sacrifice. This principle states that everyone should sacrifice the same absolute amount of utility. Typically, this means the rich would pay more in absolute terms than the poor, but both would lose the same utility. And the next, equal proportional sacrifice. This principle means that the marginal utility lost by each individual due to taxation should be the same. This often results in progressive taxation when the rich pay more to ensure the marginal loss of utility is equalized across all taxpayers. So here is the Fourth option will be the correct answer. Equal marginal sacrifice, in which a rich person pay more liability and more tax, and poor person will pay least. So the next 56th question is about note correctly paired. See carefully, here is mentioned note. So pure public goods are non-rival in consumption and non-excluded. It is right. Club goods are rival in consumption and excludable. It's wrong. It's the right answer here, because club goods are non-rival and excludable. And open access resources, rival consumption and non-excludable. It is also right, but the wrong definition of the club good is here. So the right answer is the second option, club goods. And private goods are rival and excludable. Now the next 57th question, the Laffer curve describes the relationship between, it's a easy question, tax rate and tax revenue. So here is the explanation. Laffer curve given by the Arthur Laffer in 1974. He introduced the concept to illustrate how tax cuts could potentially increase total tax revenue by boosting economic activity. Laffer curve posits that starting from 0% tax rate increase increasing taxes initially raise revenue, but beyond a certain point, higher tax rate discourage economic activity and reduce total revenue. Here is a diagram. Initially, tax 0% tax rate started, and then when income is increases, tax rate also increases, and at this point, tax rate, if we increases tax rate, then the tax revenue will be decreasing. And at the end, the economic activity reduce the total revenue. So tax rate and tax revenue is a relationship, shows the relationship about Laffer curve. Now the next question, subterranean economy is also called as parallel economy. It is also called ground economy. So first we should discuss about the all the four options here. Firstly, the legal economy. Legal economy, official economic activities within government set laws. Example, business operating with proper license and paying taxes, such as retail stores, restaurants. Second is the sanctioned economy. It is not a standard term in economics. It could refer to economic activities that are officially approved or authorized by a governing body or institution, such as defense or healthcare sectors. And the third is accounted economy, recorded and monitored economic activity, transactions recorded in official financial statement, including sales at a supermarket, wage paid to employees, and tax filed by businesses. And the last is the parallel economy, hidden economic activity to avoid taxes or regulation, like informal street vendors, under the table payments are the example of parallel economy. So the answer is subterranean economy is also called the parallel economy, and also ground economy, or we can say under the table economy. Now the next question is 59, the intervention of the government, whether to expand demand or reduce it is called stabilization function. Stabilization function, government adjusts policies to stabilize economy. Example, cutting interest rates during recession to boost demand. Second option is the distribution function. So distribution function, government redistributes wealth through progressive taxation to address income inequality. Third option is allocation function. So government allocates the resources efficiently, example investing in infrastructure for economic development. And fourth option is the growth function. Government promotes economic growth, example by supporting research and development initiatives. So the answer of this question is the stabilization function. Next question is 60th question. The benefit approach of or its variant, the voluntary exchange principle, was developed by D. Marco and Eric Lindhall is the right answer here. And next question is who defines burden of public debt as the ratio of the total debt to the total national income, is defined by the E.D. Domer is the right answer here. It helps assess the weight of debt relative to the country's economic output. And the 62nd question is, following definitions are given which definition are correct? So I'm unable to give answer because in every option there is a minus sign, or I don't know about it is about by mistake, or it's really any meaning here. So according to me, there should be option 1, statement A and B are the correct, because revenue deficit is equal to revenue receipt minus revenue expenditure, and fiscal deficit is equal to total expenditure minus revenue receipts minus recovery of loans minus other receipts. Both statements are correct, but if we consider their minus sign, so I am unable to give the answer of this question. So the next question is 63rd. In case of deflationary tendency within the economy, what should be done by the government? In deflationary, when there is a deflation in economy, then government increase its in own expenditure with decreasing taxes. In case of deflationary tendency within the economy, the government should typically consider the increase in own expenditure with decreasing taxes. This approach aims to stimulate demand and economic activity, counteracting deflationary pressure. So answer is the second here. Next is the matching question. Present consumption and present if list one tax on present consumption and list 2 effects on saving. Okay. So a present consumption, if government apply tax on present consumption, then saving will be increased, because in present we will unable to we can say we reduce our consumption and we save more, because there is a tax on our present consumption. So saving will be increased. So it is right here. Next is the present consumption and future consumption. When tax is on our present and future consumption, then we will unable to say anything about our saving will decrease or increase. So it may be or may not be decreased. And the third is the present consumption and accumulation. When there is a tax on present consumption and accumulation, then also we can't say our saving will be increased or decreased. And the fourth is the future consumption and accumulation. Then our if government levied tax on our future consumption and accumulation, then it will be the future consumption and accumulation. Then I think only in future consumption we will our saving will decrease, but in accumulation we can't say our saving will decrease or increase. So here is the fourth option is the right option here. A and E is only right, because we can't say about if accumulation, if tax levied on accumulation, then we can't say our saving will decrease or increase. And next is the functional finance refers to a policy of first option is a policy with an objective of balanced budget. The second is a policy of public receipts and expenditure with the objective of surplus budget. Third is a policy of public debt and borrowings with objective of surplus budget. And fourth is the a policy of public receipts and expenditure with the objective of achieving economic stability is the right answer here. See, the functional finance refers to a policy of public receipts and expenditure with the objective of achieving economic stability. So functional finance is developed by A.P. Lerner in 1940s. He proposed that the primary goal of fiscal policy should be to achieve full employment and economic stability through managing government spending and taxation, rather than focusing solely on balancing the budget or achieving a surplus. So functional finance refers to a policy of public receipts and expenditure with the objective of achieving economic stability. Fourth answer here. Now the next question, treasury bills. Treasury bills is a security of the government having a maturity of 364 days or shorter, shorter, less than 364 days or up to 364 days, issued at a discounted price and redeemable at par or at par value or at market at face value, you can say. So fourth option is the right definition of treasury bills here. Next is the 67. The tax rates are so fixed that is in the upward phase of the business cycle, or with the increase in national income, the tax yield would automatically go up at a faster rate than the increase in national income without any changes in the tax rates. This device is technically known as built-in flexibility. So how what is built-in flexibility? There is a definition, the whole long definition of built-in flexibility, but if it's complicated, I'll discuss with you here. A built-in flexibility, also known as automatic stabilizer, refers to the way tax system and government spending adjust automatically with changes in economic conditions. When national income increases, tax revenue rise faster without any changes to tax rates, helping to stabilize the economy by moderating the effects of the business cycle. So it's about built-in flexibility is the answer, correct answer here. Now the next question is 68th. If beta 1 marginal propensity to consume of taxpayers and beta 2 marginal propensity to consume of recipients, beta 2 is marginal MPC of taxpayers and beta 2 MPC of recipients of government expenditure, then what will be the value of tax multiplier when beta 2 is greater than 1? Beta 2 is whose recipients of government expenditure, which is greater MPC. So when beta 2 MPC of recipients of government expenditure is greater than beta 1 MPC to consume of taxpayers, then the tax multiplier will be delta y divided by delta t is greater than 1. This is because government spending increases aggregate demand more than the reduction caused by taxation. So second will be the answer here. Now the next question, 69th, which is not a benefit of GST in India. So it's also a simple question here. GST will not help in furthering cooperative federalism. Here is a little bit explanation. This statement is not a benefit of GST in India. In fact, one of the benefits of GST is that it promotes cooperative federalism by creating a unified tax system across the country. The other options are indeed benefits of the GST regime. So other options are about the benefits of GST regime. Now the next question is consider the following two statements are given. So first one is the Government of India enacted FRBM Act in 2003. It's right. We all know it is a simple statement and it's right. So next is its main objective is to ensure intergenerational equity and long-term macro stability by achieving sufficient revenue surplus. It's a wrong statement. Here we can see the main objective of the FRBM Act is to ensure intergenerational equity and long-term macro stability by achieving sufficient revenue surplus. This statement is partially incorrect. While the FRBM Act does aim for macroeconomic stability and fiscal discipline, its specific targets are more focused on reducing fiscal deficits and controlling public debt rather than the achieving revenue surplus. So second B statement is the wrong and answer will be the only A correct. Now the next 71st question, on account of public expenditure the size of consumption tends to increase in the economy because public expenditure tends to redistribute income in favor of poor and their marginal propensity to consume is high. And option B is the public expenditure provides free medical care, education, so as real income of beneficiary increases and so the capacity to consume. And third option is the public expenditure increases the money income of the people, so consumption increases. And fourth is the public expenditure redistribute income in favor of rich whose marginal propensity to consume is high. So here A and B option are correct according to me. About statement A, this means that public spending helps poorer individuals who are more likely to spend additional income, thus increasing overall consumption. And statement B, this is also lead to an increase in overall consumption. But about the both C and D options, while public expenditure does increase money income, this statement alone doesn't specifically explain the tendency of the size of consumption to increase. And the last is the redistributing income in favor of the rich whose rich would not necessarily increase consumption, as the rich typically have a lower marginal propensity to consume compared to the poor. So the A and B option are the correct and the fourth option is the right option. Now the next question, which of the following is not correct with regard to the financial administration in India? So option third is the right answer here. The property and income of the state are not exempted from union taxation. How it is true? How it is not answer of this question? Because the property and income of the state are not exempted from union taxation in India. In India, the property and income of the state are indeed exempted from union taxation. This exemption is part of the principles of federalism and financial autonomy, not about the administration. Okay. So that's why the third answer is the third option is the right answer. Now the next question is, consider the following regarding Ricardo's comparative advantage theory of international trade. As per the theory, trade is not a zero-sum game. And B statement, it assumes constant marginal cost. So both statements are correct here. Here it argues that countries can benefit from trade even if one country is more efficient at producing all goods than another country. And the B is the theory assumes constant marginal cost, which means that the cost of producing additional units of a good remains constant regardless of the quantity produced. This assumption is crucial for the theory of demonstrate how specialization and trade can lead to mutual gains for countries. So answer will be the both statement are correct and fourth will be the answer here. Now the next question is following statement are given First is the subsidy on fertilizers is provided by the central government. Second is the subsidy on water is not provided by the state government. And third is a large portion of public expenditure on agriculture in recent years went into current expenditure in the form of increased subsidies for food and agriculture inputs. And the last is increasing expenditure on subsidies is not considered as development expenditure in India. So here is the C and D are the correct statements, but A and B are the wrong statements here, because yeah, because C tells about the this reflects the trend of higher subsidies in the agriculture sector, and the D development expenditure typically refers to investment in infrastructure, education, healthcare, and other sectors that contribute to long-term growth and development rather than current expenditure like subsidies. And A and B are the wrong statement here. Now the next question is 75th. What is the 5-year period to be covered in the final report of the 15th Finance Commission in India? So 2021 to 26 is the right answer here. Fourth option will be the right here. 15th Finance Commission was constituted in November 2017, and its recommendation are for period from 1 April 2021 to March 31 2036. March 31 2026. So fourth answer will be the right option here. Which statement regarding balance of payment transaction is true? So first option is accommodating transactions are also known as above the line transaction. It's wrong, it's the below the line. And the accommodating transaction are of ex ante nature. It's also the wrong statement, because accommodating transactions are not of an ex ante nature. They are reactive and occur ex post to address the balance of payment situation. And the third is the accommodating transactions are the result of balance of payment situation. It's the correct answer here. Third option is the correct. And fourth is the autonomous transaction are also known as below the line transaction. It's also the reverse of it. It's the above the line. Is right. This is the wrong. So third option is the right of this question. Now the next, which of the following statement regarding opportunity cost theory is not true? What is the not true about it? So it first is it uses the concept of production possibility curve. Yeah, it's right. It uses the concept of community indifference curve. Yeah, it's also right. And it discards the labor theory of value. Yeah, it is also right. And fourth is the wrong answer here. It is a classical trade theory. No, it's a new classical trade theory. We can say here the opportunity cost theory is actually a neoclassical theory of trade, not a classical trade theory. Classical trade theories include the theory of absolute and comparative advantage, which primarily focus on labor as the basis of the value and trade. Now the next question is, which of the following statement regarding the hex rolling theory is not correct? So first is it predicts that countries export products that are produced with less intensive use of the country's abundant factor. So here is the less intensive is the wrong answer. Wrong. It's the answer, because question asking about it not correct. So it should be more intensive. Then it will be the right. And the next is the production side differences occur because different products use the factors of production in different production. Third is the production and side differences occur because countries differ in relative factor endowments, and in the focuses on the source of production side differences. So the right answer is here 1, because 1 is the incorrect statement. The actual rolling theory predicts that a country will export products that are produced with intensive use of the country's abundant factor. For example, a country with an abundance of capital will export capital intensive goods, not less intensive goods. Now the next question 79. The concept of single factorial term of trade was developed by Toes is the right answer here. Frank William Toes in 1927 introduced the developed the single factorial term of trade. Here is the formula of single factorial term of trade is as the ratio of the export price index to the import price index adjusted for changes in the productivity of the factors used in the production of exports. Now the next question is, which of the following terms of trade index involves the measurement of disutility in terms of the disutility and sacrifice? So answer is the real cost terms of trade and utility terms of trade. Here we analyze the real cost term of trade. This index consider the real cost or the disutility and sacrifice involved in producing exports. It factors in the labor and resources required, reflecting the opportunity cost of production. And utility terms of trade, this index measures the utility or satisfaction derived from imports relative to the relative to the disutility or sacrifice involved in producing exports. It takes into account the preferences and consumption patterns of the economy. Both of these terms of trade indices involve the measurement of disutility and sacrifice, focusing on the broader economic impacts beyond just the price ratios. We also discuss the so the next question is the Ricardo's law of comparative advantage is based on the labor theory of value, no. Law of diminishing returns, no. The law of reciprocal demand, no. The opportunity cost theory. So Ricardo's law of comparative advantage is based on opportunity cost theory. Now the next what is not true regarding income term of trade? Not true. First is an increase in income term of trade is definite indicator of increase in welfare of a country. Second is, it is net barter term of trade of a country multiplied by its export volume income. It's the wrong statement here, and it is the correct answer of this, because it is wrong. Question is asking about the not true. So and third is the rise in income terms of trade shows an increase in country's capacity to import based on exports. It is right. It was formulated by Dorrance in 1948 to 49. It's also correct. So income second option, if we discuss about second option, income terms of trade are not calculated by multiplying net barter terms of trade by export volume index. Income term of trade are generally calculated as the ratio of export earning index to import expenditure index, reflecting changes in a country's purchasing power relative to its trade. So the next 83rd question is in Haberler theory of opportunity cost, trade under decreasing opportunity cost leads to complete specialization. During trade under decreasing opportunity cost, when opportunity cost is decreasing, then complete specialization of production of X and Y commodities by country A and B respectively. So it's the right answer here. Now the next 84th question, factor price equalization theorem studies the relationship between trade and factor prices. Here is the third answer is the right answer. Trade and factor prices, it examines how trade impacts the prices of factors of production like labor and capital. Now the next question, in the what is the most important determinant of trade between nation according to Hexagon theory? So I am confused about the both of the two options, because the relative factor endowments is also in the last this one question, like production side differences occur because countries differ in relative factor endowment. So here it is correct statement, so it should be here also correct. So I think both will be the right answer, or most probably the this one second will be the right answer here, but internet shows about the fourth will be the correct answer, but I think second will be the right answer. So this fourth answer is factor endowments. According to the Hexagon theory, differences in factor endowments such as labor, capital and natural resources are the most critical determinants of trade patterns between nations. Now the next question is 86. Labor and capital, two factors of production, A and B, two nations, X and Y, two goods. List 1 is related with factor intensity and factor abundance, and list 2 relates with definition. So A is labor abundant, then that shows labor capital ratio in A is greater than labor capital ratio in B. When B is capital abundant, then capital labor ratio in B is less than capital labor ratio in A. And when X is labor intensive, then capital labor ratio in of Y is greater than capital labor ratio of X. And Y is capital intensive, then labor capital ratio of X is less than labor capital ratio of Y. So C and G is the right here. A is labor abundant, then labor capital ratio in country A is greater than labor capital ratio in country B. And F and I, Y is capital intensive, when Y will be the capital intensive when labor capital ratio is less than in for X and greater than in less than from labor capital ratio of Y. So fourth will be the right answer here. Here is the little bit explanation. C, A is the labor abundant to match with the labor capital ratio of A is greater than labor capital ratio of B. This indicates that country A has higher ratio of labor to capital compared to country B, making it labor abundant. And next is the F. Y is capital intensive, and capital labor ratio of Y is greater than capital labor ratio of X. This shows that good Y is more intensive in capital relative to labor compared to good X. So answer is the fourth here. Next is the 87th question, which is the wrong assumption of Hexagon model. Wrong assumption of Hexagon model. So production is subject to increasing returns along isochrones. This is the wrong assumption, because the production is subject to increasing returns along isochrones is wrong. Increasing is wrong. The Hexagon model assumes constant returns to scale, not constant returns to scale. Constant, or we can say CRS, constant returns to scale, not increasing returns to returns along isochrones. So and other are the correct assumption. There is a perfect competition, goods and factor markets. The trade is free and costless, and there are the fixed endowment quantities of the factor which are homogeneous. So the first will be the right answer and wrong assumption of Hexagon. Now the next question, which one is the program that encourages farmers for promoting organic farming? So first is the right answer. Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana is right answer here, which is promoting the encourage the farmers to promoting organic farming. The Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana was indeed announced in 2015 by the Government of India. It aims to promote organic farming practices and sustainable agriculture among farmers by providing financial support and training. Now it's about 88th question. So 89th, in which year the Bokaro steel plant was commissioned? It was in 1978 is the right answer here, but it was established in 1964 with the sorry. The Bokaro steel plant was established in 1964 as a collaborative effort between the Government of India and the USSR, or we can say Soviet Union. However, its first phase of construction and commissioning was completed in 1978, and it was the fourth public sector plant of India. Now the next question is, the following statement are given. Statement is, government rolled out national steel policy in May 2018. It's the wrong statement. It was about 2017. And I'm also confused about this, because there are the all options are true, and but in both third and fourth option, they three statements are given in the both. So globally, India is the largest producer of jute goods. Yeah, it's right. Textile textile industry is the highest largest industry of modern India. It's also right. India is the largest sugar producer in the world. It's also the right. And the cement industry was delicensed in 1991 in the LPG program. That is also right. So there will be the both two answer, or it can be the delete the whole question. So the next question is, which is the credit linked subsidy program that aims at generating employment opportunity through establishment of micro enterprises in rural as well as urban area. So there are four options. Pradhan Vaya Vandana Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Employment Generation Program is the and Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Man Dhan, and fourth is the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana. We will discuss all the four options here. So Pradhan Mantri Vaya Vandana Yojana, announced in 2017. It provides social security for senior citizens with assured pension and return on investment. And second is the Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, PMEGP, launched in 2008. It aims to generate employment by setting up micro enterprises in rural and urban areas through credit linked subsidies. So it is the right answer here. And third is the Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Man Dhan Yojana, announced in 2019. It provides a pension scheme for unorganized workers with monthly contribution and assured pension after the age of 60. And fourth is last is the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, launched in 2015. It aims at elevating urban and rural poverty through skill development and enhancing livelihood. So the right answer will be the Prime Minister Employment Generation Program here. Now the next question: in which year the National Social Assistance Program was launched in India? It was in 1995. The main objective of National Social Assistance Program NSAP is to provide financial assistance to the elderly, widows, and disabled individual living below poverty line. So the next question is matching question. List 1 and list 2. MRIN Market Research Information Network was developed by was introduced in 2017, and it will match with fourth e-government. It is a e-government portal to connect farmers to market. And e-nam is introduced in introduced in 2016. And it about unified virtual market for agriculture commodities. And AMI is agriculture marketing infrastructure, introduced in 2013. And it matched with the second one, capital investment subsidy sub scheme of ISAM. ISAM integrated scheme for agriculture marketing. And the NIAM introduced in 1998. And it will match with the first one, autonomous organization of MOAFW. What is MOAFW? It's about the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, focused on academic and research activities in agriculture marketing. So answer will be the first here. Now the next 94th question, at which of the following place the WTO's 12th ministerial conference took place in 2022? It was Geneva, Switzerland. A main objective of this conference aimed to address global trade issues, negotiate agreements, and set the future direction of the World Trade Organization, focusing on topics such as pandemic response, fisheries, subsidies, and agriculture. So the next 95th question is, which of the following is not included in the 7 pillar of effective governance envisaged by the Niti Aayog? So here are the seven pillars of effective governance envisaged by the Niti Aayog are, first is the pro people, second is the proactivity, and third is the participation, fourth is the empowering, and fifth is the inclusiveness, and sixth is the equality, and third is seventh is the transparency. So decentralization will be the answer here, because it is not a pillar of that. And next question, how many aspirational districts across 28 state and or UT have been identified by Niti Aayog? So it was 117 districts. Now the next 97th question is, in which year Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana started? So it was started in 9th May 2015. And the next is the, which of the following was the largest trading partner of India in year 2022-23? That time it was the USA, but currently is the China of the largest trading partner of India. That time it was the USA. And 99th, which is the scheme designated with an aim of to uplift the urban poor folks by enhancing sustainable livelihood opportunities through skill development? So Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana was launched in 2014. It was the it is the right answer here for 99th question. And 100th question, which of the following state have become Har Ghar Jal state, i.e. 100% households are having tap water supply up to January 2013? So it was 4 states, Goa, Gujarat, Telangana, and Haryana. Here is the Har Ghar Jal state were 100% household have tap water supply as of January 2023 includes Goa, Gujarat, Telangana, and Haryana. The Har Ghar Jal initiative was announced on 15th August 2019 as part of the Jal Jeevan mission. So the next question is, the Ministry of Labor and Employment has developed a portal for creating a national database of unorganized workers for optimum realization of their employability and extend benefit of social security schemes to them. The name of the portal is eShram portal. We all know eShram portal. For the Ministry of Labor and Employment has launched eShram portal on 26th September 2021 for registration and creation of a comprehensive national database of unorganized workers. Now the next question is, in 2018-19 these four statements uh, together accounted for 43.2% of total factories, 47.2% of total invested capital, and 48.1% of gross output of India. These four states are Maharashtra, Gujarat, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu is the right answer. And it's about the database question. So next question is, which of the following infrastructure sector of India is related to Bharatmala project? We all know Bharatmala project about highways, and highways related with road infrastructure is the right answer here. And the 104th question is list 1 and list 2 is also related to agricultural development programs of states. So here the answer of this question are wrong according to me, because unable to match the correct answer here. Kalia Yojana with Jharkhand, and Mukhyamantri Krishi Ashirwad Yojana about Haryana, and Chirag Yojana with Odisha, and Ritu Bandhu Yojana about Telangana. Here is the explanation a little bit. Mukhyamantri Krishi Ashirwad Yojana in 2019, introduced in 2019 or announced in 2019, aims to provide financial assistance to farmers for agriculture inputs. Odisha, related with Chirag, announced in 2021, focus on agriculture development and farmers welfare. And Jharkhand, related with Kalia Yojana, announced in 2018, aimed at providing financial support to farmers for crop cultivation. And last is the Telangana, related with the Ritu Bandhu Yojana, announced in 2018, provides investment support to farmers to enhance agricultural productivity. So if you are able to match the answer, you can match, but I was unable to go with the given options. So the next question is, which program plan is being implemented by Indian government to augment facilities for quality medical education in the country? Quality medical education. So Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana is the right answer here. It's about asking about quality, not, that's why the Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana is answer here. Now here is the explanation for one last question. Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission not applicable, as this is not a real program. And second is the Ayushman Bharat PM Jan Arogya Yojana, announced in 2018, aims to provide health insurance coverage to economically vulnerable families. And third is the E-Sanjeevani, announced in 2019, aims to provide telemedicine services across India. And fourth is the Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana, started in 2003, aims to improve medical education infrastructure in India, particularly in underserved areas. In the budget speech of financial year 21-22, Prime Minister Atmanirbhar Bharat Swasth Bharat Yojana PMASBY scheme, which has now renamed PM Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission, launched in 1st Feb 2021 with an outlay of about rupees 64,180 crore over 6 years till 2025 to 26. So answer will be the of 105 fifth question in the Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana, started in 2003. Now the next question is, in which of the following budget government of India discontinued having plan and non-plan classification of government expenditure? Is the it was announced in 2016 but discontinued in 2017. The right, so second answer will be the right here. The railway budget was merged with the union budget from financial year 2018 in India. The initiative envisaged for facilitating multimodal transport planning between highways, railways, and inland waterways is the right answer here. Next question is which of the following parameters is not included in liberalization of the economy? So privatization of public sector enterprise is not included in the liberalization of an economy. Next is the which of the following was not responsible for satisfactory balance of payment situation in post reform periods in India. So you can clearly see fall in non-resident NRIs deposits not affect the balance of payment, so it will be the right answer here. Next is the which of the following is the target for achieving the vision of the national logistic policy of India? So what is the national logistic policy? Logistic policy was announced in the year 2021 with the main objective of reducing the cost of logistics in India to be comparable to global benchmark by 2035. So answer will be the first here, to reduce the cost of logistics in India to be comparable to global benchmark by 2035 is the right answer here. Now the next question, during financial year 2012 and financial year 2021 the industrial sector accounted for it is also the data-based question 31% of GDP on average and employed over 12.1 crore people is the right answer here. And then today's last question is which of the following is not a policy measure initiated by Government of India in 1991 towards globalization? So exchange rate adjustment and rupee convertibility was not policy measure initiated by the government in 1991, and all the three initiatives are taken by the government in 1991. Here is the explanation also. The policy measures of exchange rate adjustment and rupee convertibility was not explicitly initiated by the government of India in 1991 towards globalization. The other options such as import liberalization, opening up to foreign capital, and export promotion were part of the broader economic reforms introduced in 1991 to integrate India into the global economy. So thanks for watching. Hello guys, today I will discuss with you the remaining part of the RPSC Economics exam paper 2. We have earlier discussed 112 questions, and now start with the 113. Which measure has not been adopted by government in India under the macroeconomic stabilization program during economic reforms? So answer of this question is the third one, disinvestment and public enterprises reforms. A question asking about the not adopted. So this investment in public enterprises reforms are not adopted at that time. Here is the explanation. Disinvestment and public enterprises reforms are structural reforms rather than measures specifically aimed at macroeconomic stabilization. So the answer is the third for this question. And now the next 114 question, quarterly employment survey QES in India is conducted by the Labor Bureau. QES in India is conducted by the Labor Bureau to assess the employment trends in key sectors of the economy. So answer is the first of this question. Now the next question is 115. Which of the following is not one of the 8 missions of National Action Plan on Climate Change? So National Action Plan on climate change was introduced in India in 2008. There are 8 missions in it. Here are total 8 missions are first one is the National Solar Mission, second one is the National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency, third one is the National Mission on Sustainable Habitat, fourth one is the National Water Mission, and fifth is the National Mission for Sustaining the Himalayan Ecosystem, and sixth is the National Mission for a Green India, and 7th is the National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture, and the last one is the National Mission on Strategic Knowledge for the Climate Change. So these are the 8 national action plan on climate change missions. So question is asking about the not one of the 8 missions of a national action plan on climate change is the third one, National Rural Development Mission will be the answer of this question here. Now the next question is 116. Which of the following component shows long-term credit limit portion of Kisan credit card scheme? So here is the second option will be the right answer. A, investment credit requirements for agriculture and allied activities is the right answer. The long-term credit limit portion of the Kisan credit card scheme address investment and credit requirements for agriculture and allied activities, facilitating investments in agriculture equipment, infrastructure, and other long-term needs of the farmers. So second will be the right answer here. Now the next question is 117. The state having the highest birth rate in 2020 as per the Office of Registrar General of India, Ministry of Home Affairs. Question asking about the 2020. So the Bihar was the answer for this question. Bihar will be the answer of the correct answer of this question. In 2020, Chhattisgarh has recorded the highest death rate of 7.9 highest death rate of Chhattisgarh, and whereas the lowest death rate has been recorded in Delhi. Lowest death rate in Delhi, which is 3.6. In 2020, the highest birth rate has been observed at highest birth rate at Bihar in 25.5, whereas Andaman and Nicobar Islands has lowest birth rate, which is 10.8. So answer of this question is the fourth question asking about the birth rate into highest birth rate. So it was in the Bihar in 2020 and it was 20.5 at that time. So the next question is 118. Which of the following is not one of the products created under the aegis of Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana? So it's a simple question. We know Tarun, Kishore and Sishu are the included in the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, but Yuva is not included in that. So answer will be the Yuva here. Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana PMM5 introduced in 2015 to provide financial support to micro and small enterprises, improving their access to finance through loans under these categories: Shishu, Kishore and Tarun. So the next question is the Kisan Credit Card 119. The Kisan Credit Card Scheme KCC was introduced in 1998 in India for farmers with the following objectives. First is the to provide adequate and timely credit at 4% per annum. Second is the to provide interest-free loan up to 50,000 for farm operations. Third is to provide seeds, fertilizers and pesticides at concessional rate. And fourth is to provide adequate and timely credit support from the banking system for their cultivation and other needs. So what will be the right answer of this question? Question is asking about the Kisan Credit Card Scheme KCC was introduced in 19 which one of the objective? So objective of this question will be the appropriate objective is the fourth one, to provide adequate and timely credit support from the banking system for their cultivation and other needs. Now the next question is 120. Which of the following is not a main function of NABARD? So second one will be the answer here. Inspection of client banks is not the main function of NABARD. Here is the explanation. So first one is the institutional development. First option, institutional development. The rural credit system, including cooperatives, regional rural banks, which is called RRBs, and other financial institutions. Second is the NABARD typically focus on supervision and monitoring rather than direct inspection. Here is the reason why. Second is the answer of this question, because question is asking about the not a main function. So NABARD typically focus on supervision and monitoring rather than direct inspection of client banks. So that's why the second one is the right answer. And third option is the NABARD control of non-institutional sources of agriculture credit. So NABARD works toward regulating and controlling non-institutional sources of credit to ensure the stability of the agricultural credit system. And fourth is refinancing. So refinancing, NABARD provides refinance facilities to cooperative banks, RRBs, and other eligible institutions to support their leading activities in agriculture and rural development. So second will be the right answer here, which is not the main function of NABARD, inspection of client banks. So next question is 121. Which of the following scheme has been launched in India to assist farmers in transporting agricultural products on national and international routes? So first option is Agri Rapid Transportation Scheme. It's wrong answer, because this type of scheme is not exist in India. And second one will be the right answer here, because Krishi Udan scheme is the right answer of it. Here is the explanation. And third and fourth also wrong option, because agri value added transport scheme and rapid transportation scheme is not available not exist in India. At August 2020, on international national routes of assist farmers in transporting agriculture products to help improve their value realization, and 58 airports are covered under this scheme, under the Krishi Udan scheme. So second one is the right option here. What was the rank of India in the world in automobile market in December 2022? So what was the rank? I think it was in 2022 it was 4th rank. But if I talk about the in 23 so in 23 third will be was the rank of India in automobile market. So right answer is the here 4th, about 2022 rank of India, 4th rank. And now the next question is 123. In which year the Rural Infrastructure Development Fund was created in India? So it was created in 1995 to 1996. This year the Rural Infrastructure Development Fund was created. Government of India created the RIDF, Rural Infrastructure Development Fund in NABARD in 1995-96 with an initial corpus of 2000 crore rupees. So answer will be the fourth of this question. Now the next question is the 124. To obtain full benefits of demographic dividend, what should be done in our country? So it's a simple answer of simple question. Promotion of skill development. To fulfill the benefits of demographic dividend, we should promotion of skill development. It can help our economy to grow. Now, introduction of more social security schemes is not the appropriate answer here, and also the third and fourth option, privatization of higher education and reduction in infant mortality rate, is not the perfect answer here. So the appropriate answer is the promotion of skill development to find the to obtain full benefits of demographic dividend. Now the next question is, consider the following measures: Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, and Atam Nirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana. Which one of the following is our key safety net measures to prevent uh, dis distress during COVID-19 pandemic? So A and B are the right answer here. C is the not the right answer. Why? You can see here. First statement A is Pradhan Mantri Samman Nidhi Kisan. This scheme provides financial assistance to farmers and their families to ensure their well-being and prevent distress during uh, difficult time, including the COVID-19 pandemic. And the statement B is Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. This scheme was introduced to provide relief to the poor and vulnerable sections of society, including migrant workers, during the COVID-19 pandemic through various welfare measures and financial assistance. And third is the C statement is the Atam Nirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana. While this scheme aims to promote employment and self-reliance, it is not specifically designed as a safety net measure to prevent distress during the COVID-19 pandemic. It focuses on generating employment opportunities and supporting job creation, not for the distress during COVID-19. So A and B are the correct answer. First will be the right answer here. Now the next question is 126. 126 which of the following states of India become the first state in the world to become one with fully organic farming? So it's an easy question. Sikkim is the first state who become the one fully organic farming state in the whole world. Now the next 127th question, which of the following committee has recommended PPP, public-private partnership model, for coal and power sector to revive investment? So answer of this question is the Basu committee, and here is the explanation of this question. So Basu committee set up in 2019. The main objective of the Basu committee was to recommend measures to revive investment in coal and power sector. Revive investment in coal and power sector, particularly through the implementation of public-private partnership model. So it's the first option is the right answer. Basu committee is the right answer of this question, 127th. Now we see the third options also discussed here. Second is the Parekh committee set up in the 1998. The primary objective of the Parekh committee was to review the current status of the power sector, the power sector, and recommend the reforms of this of its improvement. And third is the Reddy committee formed in 1996. The Reddy committee was tasked with the responsibility of studying the power sector and suggesting measures for its restructuring and development. And the fourth is the Singhania committee set up in 1991. The Singhania committee focused on examining various aspects of the power sector and proposing strategies to enhance its efficiency and performance. So right answer of the 127th question is the Basu committee. Now the next question is 128. In the below given characteristics, first is the low per capita income, equitable distribution of income, low dependency ratio, poverty and unemployment, and E is the lack of entrepreneurs. Which characteristics show that India is an underdeveloped economy? So we can see the underdeveloped economies character: low per capita income, equitable distribution of income. No, it's not characteristics of underdeveloped economy, so it's wrong here. And the low dependency ratio, it's also wrong, because an underdeveloped economy includes more highest or the higher independency ratio, not low. And third option, fourth is the poverty and unemployment. Yeah, it's a major characteristics of underdeveloped economy like India, and also the lack of entrepreneurs. So option will be the will be the right answer here. Now the next question is 129th. According to National Family Health Survey NFSHY 2019-21, for rural areas, sex ratio at birth for children born in last 5 years, females per thousand males was 1927. 927 will be the right. It's the fact based question, so data based question, sorry. So no need to explanation here for this. Now the 130th question: why did wholesale price index rise to 13% in the financial year 2021? It's taken from the economic survey of 2023. So the answer of this question, option are post-pandemic economic activity is resumed. Yeah, it's the right answer. That's why the wholesale price index is rise. And Russia Ukraine conflict will be the right answer here. And supply of food increased. It's not if not the right answer, because if the supply of food increase, then how it will increase the inflation or price index. So it's the wrong answer. And decline in global commodity prices, if the price is declining, then how it's question is asking about the whole rise, wholesale price index, WPI, it is rise, so it's also opposite to asking the question. So A and B will be the right answer here. Is the fourth option correct option of this question. Now the next question is 131. Towards faster and more inclusive growth, which one of the following plan documents was titled with above statement? So it is very easy questions. 11th 5-year plan use this objective towards faster and more inclusive growth. And about the 12th 5-year plan, it includes sustainable also. Sustainable word also, or sustainable to inclusive growth in 12th 5-year plan. So answer will be the 11th 5-year plan of this question. Now the next question is 132. Which sector was least impacted due to COVID-19 pandemic related disruption in India? It's also a very easy question. So agriculture was the least affected during the COVID-19. Now the next question is 133. What percentage of population in India is multi-dimensionally poor according to multi-dimensional poverty index MPI released in October 2022 based on survey data 2019-21 as per UNDP report? So that's a data based question. 16.4% will be the right answer here. Now the next is which of the following is not one of the feature of Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana? Which one is not the feature of Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana? So first is under this scheme, a basic saving bank deposit account BSBD can be opened in any bank branch or business correspondent bank mitra outlet by persons not having any other account. So it's the right feature, but question is asking about not Second is the accidental insurance cover of rupees 2 lakhs in is available with rupee card issued to PMJDY account holder for accounts opened after 28th September 2018. It's also the feature of the this scheme. And third is the an OD overdraft facility of up to 20,000 is available to eligible account eligible account holder. So it's the right answer here, because its amount was not 20,000, it was up to 10,000 rupees is available to eligible account holder. So it will be the right answer, because it's wrong here. Question is asking about the not the feature, so it's the not. And fourth is also the right feature. There is no requirement to maintain any minimum balance in PMJDY accounts. Now the next is the which of the following statements are correct given. Following statements are given. National Skill Development Corporation was established in 2008. It's a right statement. And National Skill Development Agency was created in 2014. It's wrong. It was created in 2013. And it was created in 2013 but started working in 2014. So here is the B is the wrong option here. And the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana is being implemented by the National Skill Development Council, not council. Only the single word is wrong here. It is the corporation. That's why this is also wrong. And DDUGKY is a critical component of Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana is a critical component of the National Skill Development Policy. It's the right answer here. So A right statement, A and D is the right. So option 4 will be the right answer here. Now the next 130th question. During financial year 2023, India's economic growth has been principally led by the private consumption and capital formation is the simple answer. So A and B will be the right. Fourth option will be the right answer here. According to survey, India's economic growth in financial year 2023 has been principally led by private consumption and capital formation, and they have helped generate employment as in the declining urban unemployment rate and in the faster net registration in Employee Provident Fund (EPF). Now the next question is there are three concepts of unemployment developed by NSSO are given. The usual statement, and B is the current weekly statement. Weekly status, the usual status, it determines the usual activity status, employed or unemployed or outside the labor force. That's the right. The current weekly status determines the activity status of a person with reference to a period of preceding 7 days. It's also right and is also right. And third is the current daily status is also right. It considers the activity status of a person for each day of the preceding 7 days. Which of the above concept is correctly defined? So A will be the right answer here. All three are correct here. The explanation, the A statement A, the usual status. The usual status measures the usual activity status of individual over a long reference period, typically 1 year. And the second is the current weekly status, assess the activity status of individuals based on their activity in the 7 days preceding the survey. And the third, the current daily status, records the activity status for each day in the reference week, giving a detailed view of employment and unemployment. So A, B, C, and will be the first option will be the right answer of this question. Now the next 138th question. The stub of the table is the left part of the table describing the row in the right answer here. Calculate this question, so no need to explanation here. Now the next is match list 1 with list 2 and select correct answer using the codes given below. So equation y is equal to 4 plus 2x is the straight line equation, and y is equal to x square is the parabola equation, and y is equal to 1 by x is the rectangular hyperbola, and y is equal to 2x is the exponential curve. So second will be the right answer here, A, B, 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 D, C, A, and D, C. Now the 140th question. Frequency distribution can be presented graphically in the following ways. Frequency distribution distribution can be presented graphically in the histogram and ogive. A and B will be the right answer here. So here is the little explanation. Histogram bar shows the frequency of data in intervals, and ogives line graphs showing cumulative frequency. And cartogram, what is cartogram? Cartogram map distorted by a variable like population, not for frequency, that's why it's not answer. And pie chart, circular chart showing parts of a whole, not for frequency interval. Now the next 141 question. Which of the following expression holds true for a set of distinct positive observations? So it's also the easy question, but what will be the right answer here? The fourth will be the right answer. Arithmetic mean is equal to or greater than geometric mean is equal to or greater than harmonic mean, so it's the right answer. Now the next is the 142 second. In an exclusive series, the lower limits is excluded, the upper limit is excluded, both the limits are excluded, or both the class limits are considered. So here are the exclusive series. The upper class limit is excluded from the class interval. The upper class limit is excluded from the class interval. So second will be the right answer of this question. The upper limit is excluded. And what about the inclusive series? Both class limits are included in the class interval. Now the next question is match the list 1 and list 2 and select correct answer by using code. So median, mode, geometric mean, and so harmonic mean related with average speed, because we are using the to calculate the speed of in work time and speed questions in competitive exams, then we use harmonic mean. So average speed is related to harmonic mean, and geometric mean is related to average growth rate, and median is related to average intelligence, and mode is related median is median is related to average intelligence, and mode is related to average size of shoes. Here is the explanation of median is often used to represent the central value in a data set, making it suitable for representing an average intelligence level. Next is the mode represents the most frequently occurring value in a data set, which can be likened to finding the most common shoe size, hence matching with average size of shoes. And the geometric mean is used to calculate average growth rates over multiple periods, making it appropriate for average rate of growth. And harmonic mean is stable for calculating average speed or rates involving reciprocal values aligning with the average speed. So fourth will be the right option here. Now the next question is 144. The mean of 100 observation is found to be 40 if at a time of computation two items are wrongly taken as 30 and 27 instead of 3 and 72. Find the correct mean. So mean of 100 observation is so total number will be is equal to 100 multiplied by 40, it will be 4000. And if at a time of computation two items are wrongly, so 30 and 27 are wrongly taken, so we should plus the 27 and 30, it will be the 57. And which is the correct items, 3 and 72, so it will be the 75. So we should minus the wrong answer from this 57, so it gives us 18. So we should make correct the observation, total observation. Correct total observation will be the 4018. And find the correct mean. So correct mean will be the total observation was the 100, so 4018 divided by 100 is equal to 40.18. so second will be the right option here. Now the next question is the merit of quartile deviation is it is capable of mathematical manipulation, not it has sampling stability. Yeah, that's the right answer here. Second option is the right answer. It can be calculated in quantitative data only. It is not affected by the presence of extreme value. Here is the explanation. The quartile deviation can indeed be manipulated mathematically, but this is not its primary merit. It's not primary merit, but second is the sampling stability is a significant advantage of quartile deviation, as it remains relatively stable even with the different sample size or population. So it's the right answer. Second is the, and third option is quartile deviation can be calculated for both quantitative and ordinal data. So this statement is incorrect. Third statement is incorrect here. And fourth is quartile deviation is affected by extreme values, especially when they are present in the data set. This makes option incorrect. So fourth option is also incorrect, because it is affected by extreme values, and option is saying that it is not affected. That's why it's wrong. So second option will be the right answer here. Now the next question is, if beta 2 is greater than 3, the curve will be leptic-curtic. If beta 2 is less than 3, then it will be the platycurtic, and when beta is equal to 3, then it will be the mesocurtic. So fourth one will be the right answer here. If two regression lines intersect each other at a right angle, then the value of correlation coefficient will be the 0. Because if two regression lines intersect each other at a right angle, it implies that one correlation coefficient between the two variables is 0, which means they are uncorrelated. Therefore the second one will be the right answer here. And next is 148. Given R regression is equal to 0.6, and bxy is equal to 0.8 and sigma x is equal to 4. So what will be the value of sigma y? So bxy regression coefficient is equal to, it's the formula r is equal to sigma x divided by sigma y. Here we will put the value of the so bxy is equal to 0.8 and r is equal to 0.6 and sigma x is equal to 0.4 and sigma y we should calculate. So here we can exchange the solve for sigma y is equal to 6 and 4 divided by 8, it will be the 80 and it will be the 40 because 0.6 was there and 0.8 was there. So 40 divided by 80 is equal 2 and 2 is cut by 3. So sigma y will be the 3. Right answer here will be the 3. Next is the second last question of today's paper. In a moderately asymmetric distribution, mode is 50 and median is 52. What will be the value of mean? So it's the simple or easy question here. So mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. So mode is 50 is equal to, and 3 median 52 is multiplied by 3, we get 156 and minus 2 mean. So if we calculate for 2 mean and 156 minus 50, it will give us 106. So mean is equal divided by 2, so we get 53, the right answer here. Now the last question is, consider the following two statement. The A is the algebraic sum of deviation of a set of values when taken from their arithmetic mean is 0, and B statement is the sum of square of the deviations of data set of values is maximum when taken above the arithmetic mean. Both statements are correct here, so answer will be the second. Here is the explanation. Statement A is true because the algebraic sum of the deviation of a set of values from their arithmetic mean is always 0 due to the property of the mean. It's the property of mean, that's why it is a correct statement. And second, so B statement is also true because the sum of square of the deviation of a set of values is indeed maximum when taken above the arithmetic mean, which is a fundamental property used in statistical calculation. So it was all about the RPSC Economics paper 2. I discussed here with you all the 150 question, and I try to give the more appropriate answer. So thanks to all.